already had to block one of you from the channel because you don't know how to act. Hello, everybody. Now, today is going to be a very important show. We're going to talk about the importance of skills. If you're in the chat and you love this show's content, drop a one and drop a city or state because it lets me know where you guys are coming from. Helps out the channel. So, how are y'all today? Part of our conversation today is people losing their mind. Today I got attacked on the internet, There was a young man about 7 years ago, about 6 years ago, honestly, that I did a phone consultation with. Told him how to build his business, how to start it, how to grow it, how to do A, B, and C. And I was so proud of this young man just growing and growing over the past 6 years. Now, I didn't agree with the topic, okay? But I'm proud of the growth. And so I put a little comment today on Facebook and I said, skills matter, right? There's a viral post on Twitter where this guy talks about people making 600 bucks a week. That's a problem in America. We got to pay living wages out here. And what's funny about it is the fact remains is every time you talk to people about having real skills, you're a horrible person. How dare you tell them they need real skills? Now let's really chop it up here. Let's talk about it. 9 times out of 10, what we're experiencing, I'm not going to say his name. I am not going to say his name. What we're talking about here is the fact that we can get into little silos. When you're on YouTube, when you're on Instagram, when you're running a podcast, you end up somehow creating a little silo. And unfortunately, there are some people creating silos of losers. Okay? Yeah, I said it, losers. And I don't even mean losers in a mean term. I mean people literally saying, woe is me, and then finding a collective of other people saying, woe is me. Part of something I remember vividly is many years ago, like 7 years ago, I talked about how Mitt Romney complained about 47% of Americans who just want to be taken care of. This isn't a made up number. Every single survey, every single inquisition into people in certain groups, they just want somebody to figure it out for them and give them their Social Security check. Now we're hitting a cusp in America where a lot of people just want to be paid for existing. You've got people standing outside of Mitch McConnell's place in DC chanting, cut the check. When they should be saying, let's open up America. When they should be saying, let me get back to work. Now, I told you guys in the yesterday's show, and it was very important numbers. The top 40% in America spend about 60% of this consumer spending you see. And those top 40% are people who are making money and working from home. Now, the argument is, well, Erica, there's essential workers. And somebody's got to be a janitor and somebody's got to work at McDonald's. Yes, they're called children. They're called teenagers. They're called people in college. It's called a transitional job. Fast food was never meant to pay you $25 an hour and you can take care of 7 children at your house. Okay? Okay. It was never meant for that. And what we've lost in America is the true, honest moment of, hey, guess what? You're an adult. Life isn't fair. You have made these debts. Now you must step up. You must step up and do what? Take care of those kids. Take care of that family. Take care of your family the best way you know how. And how do you do that? You go get more skills and go get a job. Now, prime example, I started noticing this in my community. Even in Fayetteville, North Carolina, there was a man, he had 3 children. And every time you turn around, he was getting kicked out of his house. He was getting evicted. Something was going on. And you're like, what's going on? Won't you go over here and get a job at this company? Or get a job where, well, I like cooking. I like being a cook. Okay, baby, but every time you keep getting evicted, is that way you should be? I even know people who offer him a job as a truck driver. I don't want to drive trucks. I don't want to be away from my kids. You see your kids on the weekend and then you're not even in a stable home, so you can't see them even more than that. Looked up, this same man ended up having twins a year later. And yes, he's Black and Asian, and all the baby mamas have been Black and the last one's been white. That don't matter. It's a mindset. It's not even about race at that point. It's a mindset of people wanting $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 a week income, you know what I mean, for jobs that they know they've outgrown. Period. They've outgrown them. Right? So this man would even say, well, why is there no affordable housing? And this is my argument about Charlotte, North Carolina. Right now, I know a guy who has a 20-year-old son who's in Durham, North Carolina. What's going on in Durham, North Carolina? What's going on there? Massive growth, massive construction, massive jobs. You've got 10 colleges and around in a circle. Crime is the lowest it's ever been. A lot of crime that's up is like petty people open up car doors and steal with opportunity crimes. But murders, Durham ain't been about some murders for years now. But you have some people who are still living in this lazy mindset that, you know, back in the 80s, it used to be like this. You know, you used to be able to get a factory job and do anything. You are not grooming your children for success if you're comparing the 80s and 90s to today. Period. And the reason we keep saying skills matter, because they do. If you work a job that you hate, and every marketing advertiser knows y'all out here working jobs you hate. That's why every single ad is, how can you quit your job? With 2 simple steps. Knowing daggone well that don't make no sense. Now, if you're working a job that sucks, that's because that's what you're qualified for. Glendon said it earlier. I say it now, and I can tell you right now, it's not that, yes, Skynet's messing with my numbers. This is true. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, it's unpalatable, right? It isn't me saying you're so talented, you're so smart, you got a CEO mindset, you're just the best, and you can do anything. Yes, you can do anything if you put some work into it. Just like when people come on the channel like, well, is this a scam? Is this a scam over here? No. It will work if you work it. And many of you want to come home and do something for 30 minutes and kick out cash all day long. Guess what? You could do that in the mornings with stocks. But guess what? That means you have to study, eat stocks, learn stocks, study stocks over and over and over. Forex, all those things. When I hear people talk about them, I go, make sure you tell them how every day for 2 to 3, 4, 5 hours, they need to be studying companies before they even invest in them. See, a lot of these stock channels on YouTube will teach you a trick or two, and you can make money. You can, but not for long. If something throws you off a curveball, the technique that you've learned, you can't use it all the time. This is why I share Terry's class. This is why I share Todd Millie's class. This is why I share Annette's class. You have to actually learn something to use it more than once. The sad part of this guy calling me a bootlicker, because I'm asking people to be responsible and have some skills. Who will be the janitors? There will be plenty of people who will be the janitors. Plenty. Here's what we're having is the biggest shift of our lifetime right now in just small skills changing lives. Prime example, you got guys out here doing technical work, okay? There it is, right here, y'all. I know y'all be asking about it. There's my steamer for my face, and my sinuses. So I bring on Kamoy, tech writing. I bring on these people to demystify what these things are, because people act like, well, Erica, where are these jobs paying 6 figures? They're out there and they look like work. That's just the truth of it. And the problem what we're having is a lot of people who are reaching 28 to 35, they've been developing habits like Jersey Party City. Every weekend they go get crunk and party and drunk, and then they kind of show up to their job and they're not really invested. They wake up at 30 years old, maybe with a baby or 2, and now they want to get real paid. Hey, I'm 30. Why am I not getting real paid? Why are you not getting real paid is because you never did anything. These are the same people who coasted or peaked in high school. These are the same people with the community college and BS, a little bit of associate degree, and really didn't push further. Because it's not even about degrees as much as it is skills. And the part that blows my mind is this same man, and I am petty enough to try to go back and find our conversations on the internet and emails and Facebook Messenger. He's lucky I'm a good person, because I would go find it. I'm that petty, and show you where this dude was a nobody then. He's got a bunch of nobodies following him now. And the only reason he's thriving is because of capitalism. He's all anti-capitalism, but if it wasn't for capitalism, if it wasn't for him talking on the internet, on YouTube, like I told him, and on a podcast, he wouldn't have no money because he didn't have skills when he started this. Let's keep it $1 now. Let's keep it real. A lot of you are out here talking crazy because it sells, right? You're out here tweeting stuff on the Twitters and on the Facebook because you have a lot of people who have time on their hands. And here's the funny thing. The reason the show started late today because people are like, well, you started your show late. I had investors come to the office. People are going to drop $250,000 with us, with my company, to invest. And those people don't play on Facebook all day. This is the part people don't understand. Those people don't play on Facebook all day. They actually meet in person. I know everybody's thinking like, oh, Erica, people ain't meeting in person. Yeah, people are meeting in person. When you have $250,000 you want to loan somebody, you meeting them in person. Straight up. Okay. Now, why am I bringing all this up? Because we have a problem here. We have a lot of people who think they're just going to come on the internet and they're going to talk and they're going to post stuff and they're going to make millions of dollars, Erica. Millions of dollars. And then when you come here and you ask them how to run real businesses, that's the problem. Like literally the first thing I said is, hey, you guys, I'm a truck owner. I pay my truckers more than average. And the people in the comments are like, oh, that's all I need to know. She runs a truck company. She's making money off the labor of drivers. The mindset is twisted. Instead of saying, hey, this person's creating jobs for people and paying people's families to live well, these weirdos are like, man, she's making money off people. I mean, it's weird, y'all. It's weird. So what is the point of me talking like this and being like upset about, someone calling me a bootlicker? Is because people like me, business owners, people who pay people's paychecks, and names are on the front of the check and not the back, we're creating opportunities for people in America. There are several African-American men on my payroll. There are several veterans on my payroll. But yet these people who are SJ warriors and not creating anything and not really helping anyone have all this say. And it's unfortunate. It really is. And what this has taught me is over the course of 6 years, especially the past 6 years, there are some people I've grown past and there's some people that have grown past me. And, what I've learned through all this is ads matter. Running ads matters. Advertising your company on Facebook matters. I tell you to this day, if Dr. Boyce Watkins, instead of spending $500,000 on Facebook, would have spent it on YouTube, he'd be Ty Lopez of YouTube. And that's where the real money is. But, can't tell people everything. So, again, why am I making this video is I realize speaking the truth is unpopular. The truth is a lot of these people, the 21 million that lost their job, it's time for them to go do something else. Period. If you asked them last year, they would have complained about how much their job sucks. Now they're mad because they ain't got a job. Which problem do you want to have? Now, people say, well, Erica, we need to spend more money on education. We have the most money in the world we spend on education is right here in America. We outspend everybody. But again, what it goes back to is who are your parents? If your parents aren't reinforcing anything at home, it don't matter if the school teacher pours $1 billion into your head. You cannot out-train a family. And I'm going to say something that's horrible, but they even realized when they started taking these Indian children away from their parents, the children were completely detached and different from their parents because they were out of the environment that they were naturally in. Okay? Same thing is happening in Chicago, New Orleans, all these places. We can pour millions of dollars in these schools and fix these schools, but it's the home environment. It's the home environment. It's the mindset of the parents. If your parents think everybody in society is out to get them and they don't do anything for them and they're a victim, you're raising children that will believe the same. These children can't outrun home training. Okay, so we were fighting for hearts and minds. Now, remember George Bush used to say we're fighting for hearts and minds, and it drove people crazy because they're like, you can't fight for hearts and minds. Yes, you can. This is what we're doing right now. We're fighting for hearts and minds. I'm not fighting for some of you 50-some-year-old people who are already set in your ways. I'm fighting for the 20-something who's going to come on here and see that I started in a crap job at an apartment complex. I worked from front desk to the management. I became manager and it still wasn't enough money. I was delivering pizza at night and taking every single dollar, every single penny, paid off debt, and then put the rest of that money to lending club notes over and over and over again. Got a car, paid off that car, wrecked that car, started a business with a friend, grew that business to 6 figures, 2 years in a row, a whole new life, sitting in a house, sitting in an apartment, living nice, then sitting in a house with a pool in it. You've seen the videos. Okay, sold a piece of that company, focus more on YouTube and focus more on another business. You know, everybody's got a lot to run their mouth and say about trucking, but they ain't in it. They're not cutting checks. They're not worried about insurance. They're not working their butt off. Now, is it easier to run a digital business? Heck yeah, day and night. If I could just run YouTube and sit in my apartment and goof off, I would. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do when you have a skill or something of value to add. Right now, I'm working with people in Africa to help edit videos for the 2 other channels I have and this one, so I can go on vacation, right? You could be everywhere and still be on vacation. People don't understand that. And there's a whole thing I want to teach about digital business building, but mostly I just save a lot of that for my YouTube class. They get the excess. I've worked my way up to here. I ain't going nowhere. And if you lose it all today, I could start over tomorrow and have a whole nother 6-figure business in a month or 2 months. Let's just keep it a buck. It's hard to stick with something, and people have shiny object syndrome. So they're like, Erica, I'm starting all these projects. How do I pick one? Pick one thing and go hard. Most people don't have the brain or the energy. Again, some of y'all ain't 25. You can't be up all night burning the midnight oil. You got kids. You got a wife or a husband. You cannot do that. This is where skills matter, and this is where delegation matters. And what I've learned from, a little bit of followers got people acting crazy. And he hurried up and deleted what he said. That's why I screenshotted all of it, because I'm like, who are you talking to? Of all people, who are you talking to? Well, I'll go out all our old posts. Don't play with me. I'm that Betty. I got time today. So what's up, Phoenix, Arizona? What's up, Oakland, Austin? What's up, Georgia? Many don't want to grow, and this is the facts. Many people don't want to grow. They like to be comfortable, and what Rona gonna teach them is that comfort is over. We're an ownership society. We've always been, now more than ever. And someone said a statement that was kind of controversial. They said Section 8 has made a lot of people not go get a house. And it's the truth. Section 8 got people out here paying $200 for rent, especially in the South, where people are paying $100 for rent when you can go get a whole home for $35,000, $40,000 in Greensboro, Winston-Salem. Your mortgage might be $400, cheaper than any rent out there. And see, the problem is, if you listen to, go check out Max Maxwell, go check out Nasir, they'll talk about it. They got all these people that's been renting their whole life, stunting on cars, never owned anything. Oh, Tyreek, listen, J.W. Lucas, that's sad. That's sad, because Black people are working with that person and making them famous anyway. Vic Shepard, I got all the screenshots. I ain't playing with him. I'm not playing with him. Of all people, don't play with me. See, here's the difference. I'm not trying to make myself some mogul, some Puffy, some P. Diddy, but I've put in about 7-8 years of really behind the scenes working with people. I've been a big proponent of, hey, let's talk to each other, because we're business owners. We're not the average people. I've done a lot of work behind the scenes, and that's helped me in life and even now. And so what's funny when someone tries to do that and I go, who are you talking to? He hurried up and deleted that comment. Hurry up and deleted it. Screenshotted it already. And also got our, listen, boy, don't make me go back and find our messages and emails to each other and put them out and embarrass you. Don't do it. You got the right one, baby. Susie Bear. Listen, they didn't want no trouble. It is. It's the pansy crybaby circle. It's the life ain't fair, and I gotta grow and change. How dare them force me? See, it'd be one thing if they just said, "Listen, I know I need a better job to take care of my family. I just didn't know I ran out of time." That's one thing. People go, "Man, sympathy." But these are people who are like, we need these unemployment checks right now. And then you go, well, what's the new job you gonna get? Well, I can't even think about that. I gotta take care of my family first. I gotta eat first. Well, honey, if you ain't got no long-term thinking and we done gave y'all $17,000 over 4 months, if that didn't help you, then it don't matter. And people are like, Erica, you don't know people's bills. People got bills, you don't know their bills. And I get it. I hear that whole side of the argument. You're a business owner and you don't think about people, but that's why I'm a business owner. I'm that 10, 11% of people who are like, I'm going to have bills later. Maybe I should put some money away. Maybe I should pay off my debt. And that's the crazy part. Thank you for the cash app. I see y'all cash app, and I'm going to read them out. I apologize. I'm just in a ranty mood. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Talk your S. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest because the problem is that he lucky I'm a nice person, y'all. I'm too nice. I mean, thank you for watching, AJ. I appreciate it. Yo, T. Kelly is wow. T. Kelly, I didn't tell nobody to do that, but I feel you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't do that. Don't say I sent you to do that. Don't say that I didn't send you to do that. Listen. You know what I'm saying? These people is wild out here. But that's how short-sighted people are. Like, that memory is real short that you forgot who helped you get there. Don't do yourself like that, baby. I'm not the one. I'm really not. That's the funny part. These people forgetting real quick. Listen, do you see what I'm saying? They found a way to spend $600 per week with the stimulus and didn't pay their rent. They already told you what they about. They are not about that rent. They about some cars. I bet they phone on. You know how much money in classes and Udemy classes and little things you could have bought and purchased in that same time frame? Get out of here. Man. See what I'm saying, Erica Nicole? That part right there, it's like, I really want to tell people, I'm like, if you don't plan, thank you for this $10 cash app, Olivia J. I appreciate it. I really do. If you don't plan for the future, what do people have planned for you? Not much. I watched the thing on India earlier, and it really disturbed me. In India, when your husband died, if your kids don't want to take care of you, they just put you out in the street. Straight up. They just put the elderly out on the street. Goodbye. In Japan, same thing. We got a lot of these elderly people. No one's taking care of them. So it's not in America yet, but we almost there in America. If it wasn't for Social Security and people being taken care of when they're elderly, you'd have a lot more young people getting productive. I really do believe that. We have the cushion of American society here. Thank you, Jamar. I appreciate it. Thank you. Listen, Erica speaking true. McDonald's was never made, except for a manager position, to be a 20-year job. It never was. Even Chick-fil-A, they groomed their kids to either go on to somewhere new or management. After a certain age at Chick-fil-A, like, they don't even hire people over 27 unless it's management or kitchen management. Now, they'll never say that, but I've got a friend who makes $92,000 a year at Chick-fil-A. She made good money. And she started from being 17 and then moving on up. She's married to a military guy. But guess what? He like, girl, you're going to keep working. You make a lot of money. Keep working. I can't even take it today. I can't. I'm not going to give them too much. I'm not going to give them too much credit. I'm not going to try to keep saying their name, but I will put this very clear. There are several people from Facebook years ago. The only difference between me and them is they spend about 10 grand a year on Facebook ads. And that's the reason you even know their name. You dig what I'm saying? Thank you again, Jamar. I appreciate it. People don't want any responsibility or accountability to take care of themselves or their children. Yeah, like I did the video the other day showing you people gonna put these kids back in high school. They're gonna put these kids in middle school, high school. They don't care. You know why? Because they like, Erica, I can't be a teacher. I can't figure it out. But anytime you see them, they on YouTube trying to learn how to do something, right? It's the same thing with them kids. You got to learn how to show them something. A lot of y'all are preparing adults for nothing. You shouldn't have a 20-year-old kid in your family or in your house that don't know how to do something. Period. Man, Big Shepherd, that's my whole point. Listen, real government money, it'd be one thing if they were trying to be a contractor, make a government business, or do something. These people out here lobbying in front of Mitch McConnell's house for free all day. It's like, no. Thank you so much for the $9.99. Janelle Davis, thank you for your channel. And also, I just want to say, after I saw the $9.99, I want to take a moment of silence for Herman Cain. Why? Because Herman Cain worked his butt off. He worked his butt off his whole life. He worked himself up the ranks. And it's a shame how our community right now is disrespecting him because the man chose to support Donald Trump. He is a pillar of, and history will look back and really do a number because you guys are horrible. Herman Cain did a lot for corporate America black folks, and you guys ought to be ashamed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Nah, it's not necessarily that these people are stressing me out. I'm getting ready to go on hiatus anyway. The problem is when you work in groups and mastermind groups and you know people's businesses like in the background, like you really know the real. If I was petty, I release it, but I'm not, because we're all in this together. We're all working to make a better society. But this guy's, he about to get it. Thank you so much, Lady CRO, for the $10 super chat. There you go. QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor Program is free. No accounting experience required. Thank you, Ruben. It's free opportunities out here for everybody. Melvin said, you got bellhops and janitors calling business owners bootlickers. I'm telling you, it's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. And it just cracks me up. Thank you, Keep Techie, for the $5 super chat. Got to bring Keep Techie on because he does well and he takes good care of himself. And we got to start celebrating people who do well, who convert, who go up in the ranks of life, who go, I started here and now I'm going to keep moving forward. Thank you, Natson, for the $10 super cash out. Take a quick picture of what you said here because I think it's funny. I mean, that's what we really literally have going on right now. Listen, it's the truth, man. People are out here like wishing their way to something. And I mean, like, they almost about to do witchcraft out here, wishing and hoping their way to something. It's like, that ain't real. That's not how that works. I'm here for Patty Patricia. Listen, they about to get it. Thank you, Goddess Newell. There's a documentary a few years about this guy working at McDonald's for 10 years and made $8 an hour the whole time. How do you make that and then stay there? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not even that you made $8 an hour. You have to work. Honorable work is honorable work. But the fact that him over 10 years, now let's say he started at 16 and he was 26. Okay. Okay. But even by the time he got 20, 21, 22, 23, there should have been something in him that desired more, or a switch up, or let me go take the classes after time. Let me go take classes at night. Even if he was 26 to 36, that still should have kicked in, that he should have been doing more. Now, there is a thing in society where we're kind of victim of doing more for capitalism, but there is something to be said for people who try to improve themselves in life. And somewhere in Noel, someone failed that young man. And it could be him or it could be his family. But there is no reason on God's green earth that you should be working for 10 years for $8 an hour and just be like, well, that's just where I am in life, and never make any changes to get out of it. I just want y'all to know, I'm coming up with there's some shirts. You guys gave me some words. I'm going to put them on the shirt because that's what we need right now. We need people to protect y'all from this dumb stuff out here. And what's sad is people watch movies so much that they're thinking, they got to go be a pimp or a drug dealer or something like that. And there's just lack of exposure to the opportunities out here. It's a terrible busy party. It's terrible. I can't even see. Put my glasses on so I can see. All day, every day. For real, Ron. For real. It's ridiculous. Young Jay, exactly. People want me to pay their payroll, put fuel in the truck, and make no money off of it. What is this, a commune farm? I ain't the government. This is crazy. Listen, ad dollars matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to put that on a shirt for real. Ad dollars matter. Okay? Corporate Darwinism. New skills. In Milwaukee, keep your foot on their necks for real. Listen, I literally put in the comments, I go, there's janitors making $100,000 in California. Oh, no, that's not all janitors. That's just a few janitors. There are janitors working in the tech that are making that much. They don't want to hear it because then it disrupts their little story they're trying to sell you. Pick your struggle, KD. I'm telling you, pick your struggle. Making money's hard, being broke is hard. Which one do you want to do? It's up to you. What's up, Nick Taylor? Nick Taylor and me going to do a live show here pretty soon. Nick Taylor is an example of working hard and that skills matter. He's so rich out here, he just hang out, do YouTube videos whenever he wants. Parents are their child's first teacher. It really is. Look, man, Community Solutions, this is fact. You buy laptops for these kids, their parents steal it in the middle of the night and sell it for something. Tyler Bennett, listen, I could say a thing or two, but I won't. Brittany Gates, this is the number one thing. My family taught us how to read, do math, and write so people couldn't take advantage of us. How dare you birth children into this world and not even just take care of them just so that people won't hurt them? Do you know what I'm saying? Just so people won't hurt them. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. And I still am, God is Noel, I'm still mind blown that somebody would work somewhere for 10 years for $8 an hour. I've never been at a job more than 6 months and then think, well, how can I make more money at this job? How can I get a pay increase? I'm willing to do more work. I'm willing to do something different here. What do y'all need me to do here so I can make more? I've never been that content. I don't even know. Tyler Bennett, if you go up in the chat, some people have put his name up there. I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't giving him no free internet today. Hey, Lady Plants, there's nothing wrong with buying houses on Section 8, but what I'm saying is many of the studies say that people haven't been on Section 8 and the reduced cost of it, that's why they haven't bought a house. Man, how do you get involved? Man, right now I'm just trying to get government contracts. We ain't getting no more trucks. Exactly. I provide jobs. How many people he hired? Listen, I bought a house for 31,000, and now I rent it for 1,350. Come with it, baby. Come with it. The black cleaner slash restorer. We need to talk, man. Oh no, y'all. I didn't tell y'all to do that to that man, but y'all can do that. I just think it's funny that people, I can go back in my DMs and my mail and see where you asked me for help for your business 6, 7 years ago. And now you're trying to play. Don't play me. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Don't do it. Don't play with me. I'm not your mama. Try Jesus, not me. Listen, Jessica, tell them the jobs is out here for people who want them. Keyword, want them and are qualified for them. Let me just tell you like this. Donald Trump ain't qualified to be the president of the White House, but he applied. And that's half the battle is applying. Nope, they don't. That's the thing. And they're claiming in India it's part of a poor part of this one part of India, but it was hundreds of women. They were just showing hundreds of women that they had to take into this like foster care place for old people. It was sad. It is. And see, here's the thing. Here's the combination. You know, you make choices over life. Now, I remember this girl's daddy was a Rolling Stone, and he was 70 years old, and he wanted to come back and be taken care of by her family. And I really wanted to go, no, you ain't been around all these years. But there are people really living like that, living real foul, thinking they're going to just come back when they get old. When I was on the plane coming back from Belize and the cacao farms, there was this guy sitting in my seat in first class, and I was pissed. But I had to calm down. He was really, really elderly. His clothes were falling off of him. I started talking to the guy and his dog, and he was saying how he had cancer and he was dying. So he called his son that he left when he was 5 years old, and then the man is now 31 in Alabama, and asked him could he come home to die. And the son said yes. And they had to get a wheelchair to get that man off that plane. Don't be that guy. Don't be the guy that leaves your family to go sleep with senoritas in Belize for 30, almost 30 freaking years, and then say, can I come home and die? It's awful. I'm telling you, Herman Cain didn't do nothing to nobody. Herman Cain was a hardcore entrepreneur, and the way y'all have done his legacy is disgusting. Dorian Hammond, why don't you go book a consult? You need some help, book a consult. So can we kind of have a step back moment here? A lot of people are disrespecting Herman Cain by saying he went to this thing, and Herman Cain, survivor of cancer. When you survive cancer and you go through the medication and the chemo, your immune system is weakened anyway. Now, I'm not saying he would have died anyway, but he could have got the flu this year and died. Okay? Come on, Sway. I'm telling you. Fed Reserve Director of Kansas City. It's crazy. Homie was way too comfortable. Exactly, like stomp the yard is the last time I've seen that. Who using these words? Every year. And this is part of like in my Rise of 20% class. Right now we're on like a little bit of break because I'm really absolutely like just wore out from the boat party. But I was in the class and I was just trying to get people to understand that like if you just look back over the past 5 years of your life, there should be some growth. There should be, your income should be doing this. If your income isn't doing up, why is it not doing up? What happened? Even like when I was talking to this one guy, he couldn't believe my mom had this huge retirement package from the military. And I said, well, she did 26 years. And every year they got that little 3% increase, regardless, because that's how the government works. But you, as a private citizen that aren't in the Army or aren't on a government position, you need to be tracking your income and seeing if it's growing. Look, this is my thing about the whole landlord thing. When I hear people complain about their landlord, I'm like, you can go live with the government. The government also provides housing. It's called Section 8. It's called housing projects. You're free to live over there. You do not have to live with a private landlord. There you go, McCoy. He just wanted to talk about it. He didn't want to be about it. I appreciate you, Ray Gun 34. Of course. I mean, like, my whole thing is just, been out here fighting Skynet, and I'm just gonna run some ads and let everybody see it. Thank you, K Sammy on Facebook. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Listen, I mean, I start slapping them too. Well, even here's the thing, Sister Crystal. It's not even a problem with it's not even a problem with people, they like to cook, or they like to be a teacher, or they like to be an EMT. The thing of it is adjust your life accordingly. If this is the job you want to do and it only pays this much money, then you need to adjust your life accordingly. You cannot, and here's the thing that happened to a lot of farmers. The past 10 years, there were a lot of farmers who over leveraged themselves, taking crazy vacations, buying brand new trucks, doing all this other stuff. You were never getting paid like that. You were never getting paid like that. Now, what people got smart to is start changing some of these farms into wineries, start changing some of this areas into wedding venues, start using some of these old big barns to host weddings and dance events. There were a million different ways to make money off your farm, but you won't gonna be no millionaire off a small farm. That was never the truth. So you have people out here over leveraging themselves in a context that didn't even make sense. That's like, know your math. Just know your math. Listen, the average child support is $250 a month in America. I know y'all all got the horror stories of your friend pays $500. Oh my gosh, but the average is $250. Oh yeah, I mean, I think they get really bold because I'm a woman, and they get really sharp tongued because I am a woman. I mean, the same thing in trucking. Like, they would never talk like this to a. Let me be very clear, and I'll be very open. We've recently fired somebody on staff, and to this day, I feel like because I'm a woman, if I was a white woman, they would not be talking to me like they talk to me. They got real comfortable because we both were brown, and they could talk wow. But guess what? If that stuff is not in this office by the end of the week, I'm gonna file for a police report, and that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. There you go. 87% of stage 4 cancer survivors die within 5 years of remission. You got to keep it real out here. See, people are out here trying to act like he went to this one thing and he just died. No, y'all, that's not what happened. Avery, thank you for your $9.99 super chat. What's your thoughts on freight broker business? You can do it. Anything's possible. I mean, if you want to just be at home, I mean, a lot of the things is you guys are, I'm not talking shit on Alex Good Energy or anybody in these spaces. They're teaching you how to make money, and you're going to make money, maybe 3 to 5 grand a month by yourself running it from your house. And that's historically been a thing. But let's say you really want to make 50 grand a month, because that's what some of y'all want to do. Y'all want to buy the Lambos so damn bad. That's going to require you to get an office and get staff. See, there's a whole component to this that people really don't want to talk to y'all about. You need staff. Some of y'all are trying to run things that require staff. Now, can you make Can you make 3 to 5 grand in a lot of these businesses a month? For sure. Are you gonna make 10 to 30 grand a month? Just you, one person? No. And this is the problem. This is problematic. We're promoting things for people to make money that we already know numbers wise. Look, if you make 5 to 7 grand a month running your business from your house, great. You're making more than 70% of all Americans out there making 3 grand a month. You're doing well for yourself. But if you're coming into it with the mindset, hey, I'm about to get rich, I'm about to be a millionaire, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna need staff for that. That's the nice way to say that. Wow, look at that. Look at it. Look at it. D West out here. Congratulations, D West. Congratulations. I'm just trying to figure out who boots. Who boots were we licking? I'm gonna lick my own boots. Thank you, Jamar, for the $5 super chat. There's 352 people here. Only thing I ask for y'all to do is hit the like button. 9999, Mr. Herman Kane. Listen, we got to be classy today. Listen, we're not going to give people free stuff. Don't buy a Lambo with your PPP. I don't know we need to make this a t-shirt slogan. I didn't know we had to educate people. Don't buy a Lambo. All right, Anthony Bolden, my cousin is a teacher, but guess what? She's doing right now because of Rona, she's creating meal plans for kids, lunches weekly, while teaching virtually. Talk about making that money. Congratulations. It's true, Chris O'Donnell. Joy Thompson. If I'm unemployed and I start a YouTube channel tomorrow, am I still considered unemployed until YouTube pays me, or from day one I start my channel? Thanks. Joy Thompson, if you are fired, particularly, you can file for unemployment. I mean, it's going to take you a good 90 days to 6 months before YouTube really starts paying you. The only way people really get paid like that is if they have products and services. If you want a business you can start tomorrow and get paid tomorrow, it's called a service business. It's called painting. It's called cutting grass. It's called cleaning. All those things you can start tomorrow and make money tomorrow. See, people will want me to tell you a lie, and I ain't gonna tell it to you. It's not me. Not me. Honey, they acting like the government ain't tracking every dollar, every dime. Just a Hellcat. Just a Hellcat. Traded, why am I not getting any more trucks? I mean, honestly, right now, my biggest thing is government contracts. If you get government contracts for the trucks, that's the big point. And also, the fact is, I'm closing on Project Texas Ground Zero. Texas Ground Zero is 18 acres up here in northern Texas. It's north of Austin. 15 acres in the back will be truck parking. The first front 3 acres will be the truck repair business and a food truck area. It's basically going to be a no-name Loves or Flying J, basically. And so right now, that's my whole complete entire focus. Running this company is important. Making sure everything's up to date, legal, ready to go is important. But picking up more trucks is not right now. Right now, if I could just get about 4 more drivers on staff, I'd be straight, and I could just run, focus on other stuff. So yeah. Anyway, that's kind of what's going on. And I just wanted to touch a base on this because we're having a little bit of people being out of touch with reality. They got a few followers and now they want to act brand new when I can go up at my Facebook Messenger and screenshot where you were asking me for help for your business. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. A lot of people go set up a YouTube setup in their office with a TV and some lights and some few cameras, and now they act completely brand new. Now, yes, the internet can help you, can make you make big money, but you better be careful now. Don't get out here and get reckless with yourself. You're talking to the wrong one. I'm not the one to play with, okay? So I think it's important that you realize that anything's possible with the internet. Anything. Especially right now because of Rona. A lot of these people that worked at CNN and Fox Business and all that stuff, they were just sitting at home recording videos with their Logitech camera just like you. Okay? So just know that. Oh, I believe it. I believe you need a ton more tow companies. But the insurance on it is crazy. Big money in parking. Big money in parking. Anybody want to invest with me in that a little bit? You know what to do. Hit up our staff email and message them, and we'll get it on. There you go, Harry. Be careful. Put that money away. It can be done anyway, Melanated Resources, anywhere. Trucks need a place to park because most places don't want them parking there. Point blank, period. So anyways, you guys, this is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. If you don't know who this is, the author of the Smartphone Millionaire book, How to Invest in People, Businesses, and Real Estate from the Palm of the Hand. Also the owner of the Classy Climb Planner. We'll be having a version 2 come out later this fall, and a gratitude journal. We're developing that behind the scenes. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, the sponsors of our 2020 boat party was Annette's Worth. Thank you, Annette's Worth. And we want to thank Zion Beard Care Products. Those links will be in the description. Also, we'd like to thank Own or Be Owned by Andre Hatchett. His company was very helpful in putting on the boat party this year and beyond. We also have some new sponsors coming up. You'll see them in later videos tonight. I have 2 amazing interviews coming up, you guys. One's on transportation and one is on DJ Money. So don't you worry. We're going to have some good videos come out. Good stuff coming down the pipeline. We also have about 30 videos recorded. Okay? All right? We do. Now, I'm also going to do a video addressing Dr. Dre's wife mysteriously forgetting they had a prenup. I think the goons got her. I think they beat her legs a little bit and told her she going to say what they going to say. Because there's no way a grown woman lawyer has forgotten that she didn't or did not have a prenup, okay? She got scared. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, Chris McDonald, they had some hitters. Go to her house. How can you get the consultation information? The links are below. You can grab a consultation here. Email my staff today while you're at it, and they can hook a lot of y'all up. A lot of y'all have questions and comments. Go ahead and send an email right over here and they'll get that sent over to you. Okay? But anyway, y'all, have a wonderful day.